Entering Kenmore. Doors will open on the left.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 52 of Entering Kenmore. I am David Azer alongside Zach Coe. Zach, I am sick and tired of watching this baseball team, and unfortunately for everyone who wasn't tuning into the Red Sox, the Bruins and Celtics have both been eliminated from the playoffs. So welcome aboard to the 2026 Red Sox. It sucks every single day of your entire lives, and that's all I have to say. Zach, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, this sucks. This team is so unenjoyable to watch. It's just every time they get an opportunity, you can't even feel good about it because you know they're just going to completely piss it away. Today, you get the, what was it? It was the 5-3-5 or 5-2-5 double play or whatever to get 2 outs, and then they just invent new ways to lose. And then after the game, the circus rolls on with the comments between Marcelo Meyer and Wilson Contreras, and we'll get into those when we get there. But yeah, just a complete and utter dumpster fire.
It's strange because we went from firing Alex Cora to winning a series against the Orioles, and I think that was largely to Alex Cora's credit because he managed the first 2 games of that series. And then you go to Toronto, you win the opener against Dylan Cease, and Dylan Cease is doing barrel rolls on the mound, and you're like, okay, maybe this is the start of something. Then they drop the next 2. They win the opener against the Astros, who are just as bad as you are on paper, and then you drop the next 2 to the Astros. So we're here now at 13-21, I believe. And it just seems like there's no end in sight. I thought for a little while there was a shot where it's like, okay, maybe this is just a slow start. Now we're into May, and it's still a disaster. Like, I just think I don't want to fully be canceling the season in May, but we're not far off from that. Like, I might do it right now.
Well, I'm willing to go full Ryan Whitney with the Buffalo Sabres. There is a 0.000% chance the Boston Red Sox make the playoffs this year. None. 0.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Like, nothing, even when this team takes steps forward, then they go and take 3 steps back the next day. So it's hard. You haven't seen them build anything. I think their longest winning streak of the season is 3 games. So, I mean, there's just, it's impossible to make up any ground. And the unfortunate thing of all this is the league as a whole is pretty mediocre. And somehow you're even a step below that when on paper and looking at this team and all the hype throughout. I think a lot of national guys were a lot higher on the offseason as a whole than I think you or I were. But even still, it was like, I see a world where this team makes it back to the playoffs and potentially builds off what they did last year. And now a month in, it's like, they're not even making it there. There's no shot.
Both had them 88 and 89 wins.
Uh-huh. So
yeah, I mean, we were pretty down on it, but yeah, we were pretty down on it, but like ultimately, I think we were in lockstep with what most fan expectations were. I think
right,
and ultimately everybody drinks the Kool-Aid when you get there, but yeah, this is just it's a complete and utter dumpster fire, and there's no way out. Like that's what it feels like right now, and like I said, it's just every day they do something new that make you go like, okay, of course.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that now Garrett Crochet is on the IL with, I believe, left shoulder inflammation. And the way he first spoke about it, he was like, I think it's just going to be the minimum. Like, I was trying to get ahead of this injury, and hopefully it doesn't bother me for the rest of the season. And then Ronher Suarez goes down today with the hamstring injury. And based on what Zach told me he said post-game, it seemed like he probably wasn't headed towards the IL, but even still, this pitching depth has been stretched so thin just a month into the season, and that was one of the things you're trying to build your team around, and already we have Jake Bennett starting games in April, and that's not a dig at Jake Bennett because he honestly looked pretty solid. But the problem is now Peyton Dooley and Jake Bennett are like mainstays in your rotation for as long as Garrett Crochet and Sonny Gray are out. And even then, Brian Bayo hasn't looked good at all. So it's like, what do you do there? And you felt like your depth was in a great spot. And already we're looking at AAA here. And it's like, who else is coming up if Ronher does have to go on the IL?
Yeah, I mean, like I saw a tweet the other day. I can't remember. I couldn't find it when I went back to look for it before the show, actually. But it was like Worcester's rotation right now is Eduardo Rivera, Jack Anderson, Isaac Coffey, and I forget who the other two names were. But like, okay, so you have Eduardo Rivera and Jack Anderson, two guys we've seen so far. Like, I don't necessarily want them starting games. So you just like we talked about, we were like, oh, they got so much pitching depth. They got too much pitching depth. Like, who knows where are these guys even gonna go? 34 games into the season and it's completely evaporated like
Right.
that, like crazy. Like I just, yeah, you never ever have enough pitching, and that's just like, and it like we talked about it, it was the most likely obvious outcome of all time, but Kyle Harrison going to Milwaukee and becoming a demon, and I kind of rationalized it in my head by saying like, well, like this pitching staff is so deep, he'll never get that opportunity. He would have gotten an opportunity like 3 weeks ago at this rate.
Yeah. It's, I mean, on the plus side of that too, or just adding on to it, like Quinn Priester would have had a spot here too. And I understand you moved on from him last year, but you send him to the same team back-to-back years and you're like, well, surely they did it with Quinn Priester. Surely they're not going to do it with Kyle Harrison. And it doesn't help that Caleb Durbin is maybe the worst baseball player I've ever seen. I tabbed him for my biggest surprise, and I'm willing to wave the white flag on that on May 3rd. So it's just every single time it seems like he comes up to hit and it's like second and third, first and second, 2 outs, and Caleb Durbin is the guy we're relying on. And you know it, the inning is over before he even steps up to the plate. It's how are we at this point on May 3rd? Like I can't get over it. Oh my God.
Abomination.
I'm trying not to be so doom and gloom, but now with the Bruins and the Celtics out too, it's like this is all we have until the Patriots. And already in the offseason, we've seen so much turmoil there and off the field stuff going on with their head coach. It's
Why?
like,
What happened?
I don't know. Maybe you've heard of Diana Rossini of The Athletic. Well, not anymore of The Athletic.
Formerly of The Athletic.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a bunch of callers on sports radio being like, let's stick to sports, guys. This isn't TMZ, when the Patriots head coach is involved in a really weird scandal that has many layers to it. That's not the point of this show, but I really don't want to talk about the Red Sox. So that's where we're going, I guess. But
it is crazy that, first of all, it took them this long to get caught just quickly.
They're making Spotify playlists.
Yeah, it is unbelievable how many times these two people were out in public without getting caught or noticed or anything. Like it kind of slowed down now, but like literally every day there was a new like, up here they are in Indianapolis, here they are in New York City, here's their Spotify playlist. And Mike Vrabel, in his infinite wisdom, was like, oh shit, I've been caught with this Spotify playlist. Let me change my name so it doesn't look like me. And he picks the first initials of the first letters of his two sons' names, Ty-Car. Like, okay, man. Like that is unbelievable. Like, I would love to like have that brain to be like, I got it. My two sons' names.
Like, and that was talking Vrabel.
Unbelievable.
Oh man, we're 8 minutes in and we've already discussed Vrabel, Rossini, Red Sox pitching depth. I don't know where we go next. I don't have a whole lot. Like, I think it's really largely been more of the same. Like, there's not a whole lot more to add except these Marcelo Meyer and Wilson Contreras comments, I would say.
No, yeah, and it's been the same. Like it's different stupid shit that they do to lose every day, but it's generally the same thing. And I said it when we were discussing Cora getting fired, but this team has a lot of dumb still left in them. And in, day out, we see that dumb unfold on the baseball field, and it's not ending because you replaced half of the coaching staff. Like it's not, and. It's unfortunate for Chad Tracy because by all accounts he seems like a cool dude and everything, but like with the way they're playing right now, he's not going to be in line to keep this job. Like they're going to have to bring someone in and I'll get to my thoughts on the dynamic in the clubhouse, but it seems like they need like a hard ass like Bobby Valentine guy to come in.
Yeah, I don't these comments
Which
from
fucking horrifies me. Also, with Joe Madden and
right.
Buck Showalter both being available, I would.
Oh
Oh
boy.
my god, that would be a nightmare to get either of those two guys.
And knowing Breslow, like that's his first call.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm hoping it's Ross. Like I hope it's Ross. That feels like one that makes sense, but who
I
knows?
guess. I don't know. Like
They
there's
all
plenty of
suck.
time
You
to
had a
talk
top
about
five
that.
manager. You had a
What's
top five
that?
manager. It sucks. They all suck comparatively because you had a top five manager in the sport. Like, so you're just
Yeah.
automatically downgrading.
Like that, and that's what we were saying before they fired him, was like there's no doing better than Alex Cora. And I understand maybe he wasn't the right fit for this roster, but that's your own fault. Like I
Right.
just well, he's a veterans guy. He's a contender manager. He's not one of these guys who's going to bring up these young prospects and guide them along. That's fine. But you could have had both.
Well, they simultaneously say that, but then also will be like, we believe we can compete for a World Series this year. So like,
Mhm.
which are you? Are you a young team that needs someone to bring up a young team and coach them up when they get to the major league level? Or are you a World Series contender like you spent the entire offseason telling everybody? Like, I just don't understand. You like pick one. Like if you want to be a young team that we're raising things up, then fine, but don't set the expectations with your fans that you're a World Series contender in 2026 and then again, and it's 4 years ago now, when you're wrong, you say you're wrong and you're a liar, and if you don't believe it, we're just as committed, I'm going to call you on it. Like again, like that like unbelievable, the brazenness that they tell you that they think you're stupid to your face.
And it just continues year after year after year. And the problem is they don't care. And we've talked
No.
about this in past episodes too, but the lines are banged out trying to buy these Fenway cooler cups. People can't get enough of these things. They're coming in, they're getting they're getting their bobbleheads, they're getting their coolers.
I have 2 of the cooler cups already.
Yeah, and they're up
And you
for
know
like
where it
$100
ends.
on eBay. Like, what are we doing?
And where it ends too is where I have 2 of every single color of the cooler cup. So I have 2 of the green ones, and then we're eventually going to need 2 yellows, and then 2 blues, and then 2 reds, and then next thing you know, we have fucking 8 of them at $20 a pop, and John Henry has 160 of my dollars.
Well, I guarantee there's pink ones coming for Mother's Day too. So that's gonna be another one.
Yeah.
So get the checkbook open. Is all I have to say about that. Like I don't know where to go from here, because the series are largely the same since we've last spoken. Like they won the opener and then they dropped the next 2 because they're inept at baseball. Like what else do you want me to say? Like we could get into the nitty-gritty of everything, but it's basically, like I said, what we've been talking about all throughout this season. Like they can't hit with runners in scoring position. The pitching isn't good enough, and when it is good enough, then it gets hurt. So I don't know what to tell you. It's unfortunate that we have 5 more months of this, 4 or 5 more months of this.
They've played 34 games, so
right, like
28 to go.
There's no one walking through that door who's going to magically fix your season. Like we're going down with the ship either way, but at 13-21, I just don't see how it gets much better. You're going to be at this kind of ratio for the entire year.
This Astros team sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they went 5-1 against you this year.
Sure did.
What's their record? 14-21?
Yeah, basically the same as you, but I think they probably do have another win now.
14-21. So they are 9-20 against non-Boston Red Sox teams.
If only you could play yourself. Like really,
dude, they would find a way. Their pitching staff would then look like Brian Bayo. Talk about looking like Pedro. That's what if he got to face the Red Sox lineup, Scott would be. Yeah. It is unbelievable how bad they are. They are just, it's frustrating.
Very frustrating. Let's get to these Marcelo Meyer and Wilson Contreras comments, because this was really staggering to me. I think
wait. I have some notes from the series. Hang on.
From the Astros series?
Well, I have 2 notes from the Blue Jays series.
All right, let's get to it. I'm sorry, okay. I didn't mean to step on you here.
No. So this one comes from game 1 of the series. Dylan C stinks ? David's lock of the series 0-1 all time.
I don't want to talk about it. Dude, he had 5 strike. If you don't remember, I said over 7.5 strikeouts for Dylan Cease, I believe.
7.5. Yeah.
And by the 3rd inning, he was at 5. And then it was all downhill from there. Somehow, some way, this Red Sox line, and it wasn't even because they were good at hitting. It's because they got bailed out. They found a way to get to him. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to take another lock of the series ever.
Wow. No, you can't just retire at 0-1. I'm trying to find what you texted me to, but you texted me in like the 2nd inning. You were like, "This is gonna cash by the 4th."
Yeah, I did. I was very happy.
You were so fired up and confident with your lock of the series.
I sent you the Marshall from How I Met Your Mother, like the slap bet.
Yep.
Could not be more happy. And
then, my game 3 notes are the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Crochet hits the IL. Please kill me. The offense is Wilson Contreras and a bunch of assholes. Fun Brian Bayo fact. I hate him.
Good take.
Enough with the crybaby bullshit. You don't want to get yanked after 3 2/3. How about you try having a whip lower than 2? It really sucks that the pitching depth is where it is because Bayo is all but locked into his spot for the time being. Meanwhile, the only spot he should have locked in is on Artemis 3.
Yes. I think Artemis 3 is filled out at this point. They can't fit more people in there.
They can.
I've sent Zach Kelly in there. Greg Weisert's joining him. Brian Bayo.
That's actually the next note I had. Fun Greg Weissert fact. I also hate him.
Which, quick aside on Greg Weissert, I've said this to various friends of mine, but Greg Weissert looks like he smells, and I just can't get it out of my head. Every time he walks onto the mound, he's like Mika Zibanejad. Like, I just look at him and I'm like, wow, I know that you stink on a daily basis. So not only are you a terrible pitcher, but I know that you smell bad. So there it is.
Top 5, bases juiced, 1 out. Over, under, half a run. Wilson Contreras lines one directly at the shortstop, and Durbin is too far off the base because, of course, he was. I hate Craig Breslow. Next one, shout out to Shitlock for cashing Zach's lock of the series. Obviously, Max Scherzer got hurt, so it wasn't Brian Bayo versus Max Scherzer, and the Blue Jays tried their damnedest to cash this wager for me, but ultimately it was the power of Shitlock that came through.
Leave him alone.
Gave up a home run to Brandon Valenzuela to cash the over 8.5.
Famously, a Tops Now card in MLB The Show 26, who I've had to use a lot in this new event, which, by the way, at a certain point, we are going to start streaming MLB The Show. So if you have any interest at all in that, check out our Twitch account, Entering Kenmore, and we're going to get that going in the near future. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, sooner rather than later. We've got the ball in motion there. We got a lot of stuff in the works, so should be good stuff on that front. Also, just this game 3. So I'm doing Spanish radio, and I'm up in the booth with Junior, and Northeastern graduation is going on. And so I was in the booth for the second and third game of the series. So the night before, we're there, and they're doing rehearsal for graduation, and I hear the Lizzie McGuire movie song, hey now, like that one. I hear them rehearsing it like 15 million times. I'm like, I thought it was a little weird.
A choir, a chorus, or what?
No, it was like I don't know. It was like a group. It was like some sort of group. I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't paying that close attention, but I could hear it just enough to where it's stuck in my head like nonstop. So then I thought it was a little weird, but I was like, oh, dreams are made of. You're graduating college. Yeah, okay, whatever. Makes sense. Hillary Duff was the commencement speaker for Northeastern, so that's why they were singing it. But this was the grand finale to the graduation, and we're just sitting up there like, oh my God, I want to go home. Like, we're miserable watching that. And then they start shooting off fireworks from the top of the press box, so this entire press box starts shaking, and the loud bangs, and I was like, you got to be shitting me. It was unbelievable, and I'm just sitting there like angry watching the Red Sox. It was quite the production that Northeastern put on.
I shout out to Northeastern for that and that alone. Also, I think Joe went there, if I'm
Yes,
not
which is why
mistaken.
we cannot be shouting them out because,
Oh,
yeah,
why's that? Is there lore?
no, just thumbs down to Northeastern.
But that is a surety of the series voting, and you may never hear from him again because they're not going to win another series.
That's true. That's true. I actually did hear from Joe as recently as today, though. So I
Yes,
assume
thank
I'll hear
God.
from him again.
So maybe not on the airwaves. So we have heard
No.
from him, but
Yes,
unfortunately for you guys, I don't know how many
you'll
more
never
Joe
make
features you're getting.
one and only one appearance live on the pod. His other
Yeah.
vote was submitted via text.
I think because he was in Toronto last
Yeah.
time, and then we didn't record the other series.
Yeah,
They've only
for
won
the other
3
one, for
series.
for WC40, we didn't record after that one.
Yeah, they have won 3 out of, what is it? It has to be like 9 or 10 now series of the year. So
That is math that my brain is not capable of doing currently.
no, we're both kind of running on E right now. If you couldn't tell, I think this has probably been the most all over the place podcast we've maybe had in history. That's kind of what the Red Sox have done to us. So sorry, but I don't know where this goes from here. Like, we should get to these comments once we. I keep forgetting that we still have notes to do.
Yeah, I mean, I can jump out. Do we want to do Bayo first, real quick?
Yeah, he sucks. And then he was like pissing his pants when he was taken off the mound in the 4th inning. And yeah, I don't think he has any grounds to stand on, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, like I said in the note, like, come on, dude. Like, and I am a Bayo boy. I have long been a Bayo boy. It's just like at a certain point, enough is enough, and like you never would have seen him pull that shit on Alex Cora, and I think that's what grinds my gears the most. Is that if Cora came out there, he would have been like, oh, okay, like that's it. Like he would have been like maybe a little visibly frustrated, but he never would have shook his head. He never would have shown up Cora like that. But because it's a new manager, he felt emboldened to do something like that. And it's like, all right, dude, you have the worst ERA in baseball. You've like literally been the worst starter in the sport this year. So who are you to be showing up your manager? And I just didn't think, like, I thought it was a little bit of a quick hook. Like, he didn't look great, but he looked like fine enough to continue going. Like, I didn't think that was a spot you had to burn the bullpen, especially when before the game you were like, oh, our bullpen's in a great spot right now. That's why we called up Nate Eaton instead of an extra arm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, but it sucks that he is pretty much locked into this rotation right now because he still has 2 options. And he's like, if you actually fired all these guys because you think you can right the ship, then how can you seriously say that you're looking to do that and keep trotting out Brian Bayo every day or every 5th day? Like, it's always something. And we heard his name in trade talks over the offseason. So I wonder if that's something that maybe picks up some steam again, if he can start to turn it on and look even okay again. But yeah, I teased it in the offseason. I was kind of like done with the Brian Bayo experience, and I'm like very much done with it now.
It's funny that we made that clip a while ago before the season started where you brought up potentially trading Brian Bayo, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm in on that or not. And then throughout the clip, I kind of came more to terms with it because I'm like, okay, this pitching depth is in a good spot. Like, if you don't feel like the fit is as good as it once was, then maybe you can move on from him now that you've built this up. But like we said, there's no other people coming through that door right now unless these guys are healthy in the near future. Like, he's a part of your rotation for the next month or so, I would say, at least.
Until Crochet's back, yeah.
Right. So,
and then even then, like, Bennett and Tolle and Early would all have to be continuing to pitch well.
And I don't know. I mean, you saw the blip from Early yesterday. Tolle looked okay against the Blue Jays, and Jake Bennett looked good in his first start. But we've seen once there's a little bit of a bill out on these pitchers, that's when it gets more tough. And I'm not concerned about Connolly Early. I think if he starts, piecing those bad starts together, then it's a little bit cause for concern. But as of right now, I think it's just a one-off. With Tolle, though, I do get a little bit more concerned just because we've seen it in the past, and I know that it looked better against the Blue Jays, and also he has better secondaries than he did last year, so maybe he's more inclined to adjust. But even still, we've been talking about it all offseason. Huh?
With Tolle, it sounds like he just, like, he has something that he kind of talked to. I forget where. I think I heard Lou talking about it, or so. I heard someone talking about it somewhere where he's not as good when he's on 4 days rest as opposed to 5. He's
Right.
way better on, and he said, so I like I said, I wish I remembered where I heard it, but I consumed so much of this stupid ass team that I can't put my finger on it right now. But essentially he was like, yeah, I got to figure something out, whether I need to get more sleep, less sleep, like I got to like there, but there's something about the 4 days of rest rather than the 5 days. So this next one is going to be on 5 days, but yeah, it's something with that. So, but the issue with both of them, Tolley in Toronto and early yesterday, is the walks.
Right.
Like that's just long and short of it. It's a lot more surprising from early because I think last year we saw him feature like really strong command. It was only a 1.9 walk per nine. This year it's up to a 4.3. So it's just, yeah, it's uncharacteristically shaky control right now. Totally, we've kind of seen the story of him battling command a little bit. Like, but yeah, I do wonder if that is going to remain true when we get to tomorrow, which is going to be a pitcher's duel, and we'll get to that in the preview. But yeah, I wonder if that there's actually more legs to that than initially I would have given credit to.
It's funny that Tolley seems to start against demons pretty much every time. Like his debut was against Paul Skeens, and we're gonna get to it, but spoiler alert, he's facing Tarek Skubal tomorrow. I don't know why I had a brain fart there.
Like yeah, Savage is on a similar level as Tolley, where it's like young demon against young demon, but yeah.
It's pretty funny, and usually he's up to the task, so I'm not like out on Peyton Tolley by any means, but it's the same problem with going into the season with Roman Anthony as your perennial MVP all-star guy. Like you're putting so much more on these young guys than you should be right now. And I understand on the pitching side of things that's more because of injury, like which is not really preventable, but still at this point in the season we have 3 guys who I don't even know if this rotation is fully healthy, if they're in it at this point.
No,
I guess early probably would be, but the other two,
you can
like
make the argument that early and Tolley would be.
Yeah, but even if Oviedo's healthy, then maybe early doesn't have that spot either. So I don't know.
Well, early already earned the spot over Oviedo.
Fair. But at least 2 of them would not be in the rotation right now. Is what I was intending on saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting hypothetical because, like, all right, where do you go? Like, if you got the same results and everybody were healthy, like, I can't imagine Bayo's making his next start or like
true
things like that. But yeah, it's just you're stuck. I mean, you're in between a rock and a hard place. Like, and the only at this point, like, you just have to start to figure out like what you can get for who. At like that's kind of where I'm at on May 3rd. Is like, okay, like Sonny Gray should get you something depending on the money. Like I think Wilson Contreras can probably get you something, and we'll get to these comments here. But like I have really liked Wilson Contreras. I don't think he is the leader for this group. I think you had the leader for this group and you let him go. So like I think maybe you like really anything that's not nailed down, I think you move on from. And I know you texted me this, that like Milliken was like, oh, like if things go really bad, maybe you look to move Garrett Whitlock. Like that's not something I'm not like, I wouldn't like, that wouldn't be the number one thing. But if someone called me and was like, I'll give you like, I don't know, like obviously you're not getting a Leo DeVries caliber prospect for Garrett Whitlock, but like an overpay of that magnitude, like the similar to where like, it was like, oh my God, they gave up what for Mason Miller? Like if I had that reaction for Garrett Whitlock, like I'm fine with that ultimately too.
Well, they compared it to the Twins trading away Griffin Jacks, where they got Taj Bradley and change back. So, or it might have been more than change, but I don't remember the names off the top of my head. But something similar to that. I just, man, at this point, if the Red Sox are this bad in 2026 and they trade Garrett Whitlock, yeah, just pull the trigger right now. Like, I don't want to see it happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. And like you said, I can't believe we're talking about this on May 3rd, but yeah, like these rental guys are not long for this team if this is how it's going to go.
Right. What reason have they given us to be like any sort of optimistic about the way that this is headed? Like,
right.
They had a good two game bounce back after after firing Cora, and Contreras is like, oh, the guys were loose. It felt like everyone just exhaled, which, like, again, like, I don't think that's good for this team. Like, they don't need to get
No.
looser. Like, they need to get much tighter. They need to clean it up. Like, they look like a team that's in complete disarray. That's not one that needs to get loose. They don't look
No.
like they're playing too tight.
It's
Like,
it's the Moneyball quote. Is losing fun?
yeah.
Then what are you having fun for? Like, I don't understand how you can be all happy-go-lucky, like our manager got fired and now we
Yeah.
can suddenly exhale. Like, how is that the message that is getting through to these guys? Like, I don't understand. And part of it is you lose Bregman. You don't have anyone to be like, what the hell are we doing? And like you said, I don't think Wilson Contreras is saying that because he's the one being like, yeah, we all feel great now that Cora's gone. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Where does that come from?
I mean, they don't have, like, they don't give a shit is what I have gathered. Like, that's what I think it is. I think they, like, just truthfully don't give a shit. Like, none of them care that they're losing, and, like, I don't know, like, sometimes they're taking losing, like, super hard, like Narvaez, and then, like, other times they're like, oh, like, well, we can't take it too. Like, they're a completely rudderless ship. Like, that's the long and the short of it. They had the leader, they had the guy, and they let him leave over a no trade clause, which was a massive miscalculation, a massive blunder. And they can, again, I said it when they fired Cora, but they continue to, like, they stack franchise crippling moves at a rate unlike any other team I've ever seen in my life. Like, we used to make fun of teams for doing stupid shit like this. Now we're the stupid team that other fan bases are making fun of.
And there's no end in sight. That's the
No.
worst part of it. And I go back to a quote that I saw on Josh Winkowski's Instagram that he posted last season. It was him shirtless with a beer and a Zin can. And the caption read, injured and useless. And those are my feelings on the 2026 Red Sox. Either Garrett Crochet and Sonny Gray are injured, or the rest of the team is largely useless. And I think that just sums up what we've seen so far.
Yeah, none of the issues changed, and but big surprise, they fired Pete Fatsi, and they still can't hit with runners in scoring position. Like, it obviously goes much deeper than anything that Fatsi or any of these coaches were doing. They're a completely inept team with a completely inept leader, and there is no turning it around. And I wish Fangraphs would update the stats. Actually, I think Carabas tweeted them. But your first home series after gutting the manager and the entire hitting staff, and at home, here it is. Red Sox hit 107 with a 492 OPS with runners in scoring position. 7 runs scored, 29 runners left on base against the Astros.
Jeez.
It's like genuinely a brutal watch.
Yeah, every single time out. And even when I'm like, oh, Ronher Suarez tends to be a pretty relaxing game, then he gets taken out in the 4th inning with hamstring tightness. Like, we just cannot catch a break. And it doesn't seem like any sort of break is coming. And I just, how do you find that rudder again? You fired Alex Cora. Like, now you're looking for a new manager. Huh?
I just don't think it comes this year. Like, I don't even know what you do for the rest of this year. Like, because what is it, like, who's taking the job if you fire Chad Tracy to bring in, like, Buck Showalter to come in and be like, what the fuck is going on in this clubhouse? Like, or Joe Madden to do that and be like, are you serious? Like, what are we doing here? Like that doesn't turn around. Like, who's a leader that you can bring in? It really does feel like they've set themselves back to like 2019, 2020. Like, you have these pieces and just nothing that you can supplement them with, and really no end in sight. And the worst part of it all is that you have no faith in the guy that's running the ship. Like, from top to bottom, you have no faith in John Henry, you have no faith in Sam Kennedy, and you have no faith in Breslow to execute any of this.
This is really the worst time for the Bruins and Celtics to do this to us. Like, that is the worst part of this, is there's really no other sport to distract us.
Yeah, no, this is it now until training camp. This is it. Like it's not even we're past the draft, we're past everything. Like we've already seen what the ping pong balls are going to do for the Bruins, so we don't even have to worry about that in 2 days or whenever the lottery is. Yeah, it's
Tomorrow.
literally just this. Oh, is it? Oh.
I that's what I was saying on trending on, or no, 2 days because it's Tuesday.
Yeah, so
I'm thinking
5th,
it's
right. Yeah,
yeah. I'm thinking it's Monday.
I learned it was that close from your trending, so and I thought you said the 5th.
I did say the 5th. Yeah,
yeah.
Honestly, I was like, this is another quick aside. I was falling asleep last night,
Mhm.
and I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was like, that makes no sense that the NHL what is it? The draft lottery is this early, because when is the draft? It's like June.
After June. Yeah.
That feels early, and I don't want to get this wrong. No, Tuesday, May 5th. That is weird.
Yeah.
And it's televised, which is
Well, I
also
mean, I
fun.
think it makes sense that they do it before a playoff game, but I don't know why you wouldn't wait like another week or two to make it an Eastern Conference Finals or Western, like one of those, like pregame for one of those. Yeah,
I'll be watching that though for sure.
Oh, certainly, yeah. But yeah, it's just like I saw the tweet a million times between the Bruins getting eliminated and the Celtics getting eliminated, being like, "Oh my god, like have fun tuning into this dumpster fire. Like you have no idea the shitstorm you just walked into." And it's true. Like
I don't think anyone who was relying on the Bruins or Celtics has even given the Red Sox a thought. Like even just looking at their record, the casual fan is not like, I'm going to watch the Red Sox every night now.
The Sox, yeah. And there's nobody tuning in to the Red Sox that like cares enough about them to switch over to be like, they fired who?
Right.
Like this is all stuff that crossed that.
It's good that they did that before at least.
Yeah, right. They like at least like genuinely had an understanding of like what a disaster they were, but it does like I think it does take them to a whole nother level, like when you watch them, like what unfolded in the 10th inning today. Like that was only something that could happen to the Red Sox. Like that was unbelievable. The double play that Contreras hit into, like a little bloopy little dinky line drive right at the shortstop, and Durbin's too far off the base. Inning over, thread over. Go fuck yourselves. Like it's unbelievable.
Do you want to do your notes from the Astros series, and then we can get to those comments and
just this last one. Twice now this year, we've seen Laz Diaz get put in a fucking body bag by these ABS challenges, and time after time, the Red Sox. How do you lose both your challenges with Laz Diaz behind the plate twice? Like, what are we doing? The one to Meyer that's fucking 2 feet off the plate in the other batter's box, and he just walks away. And then Rafaela, one pitch before, he wastes a challenge, looks at a ball and doesn't challenge it. And then the most crystal clear strike of all time. He's like, it's unbelievable. He had 7 overturned calls today on him, and you got one of them correct. Like
it's not good enough.
So ridiculous. There are 29 teams playing with the ABS system, and then one that just doesn't know how to use it and refuses to try to get better.
How many games are we into this now? 34?
Yeah.
This should have been settled by like game 5. I just what is the deal? How is the team as a whole just so inept? It's not just on the base paths. It's not just playing defense. It's not just hitting with runners in scoring position. This should just be a mental thing. It's like giving a thumbs up, giving a fist bump. Like, okay, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Instincts. They don't even have that.
No, it's a poor what it goes back to is a poor understanding of the strike zone, which is like even worse. But like, how does Tracy's been managing this for years? How does he not have like some sort of like system to it? Like, and like at a certain point, like you can have your system, but like guys have to execute it. But there is no rhyme or reason to it because we saw Marcelo refrain from using it. Like I said, in that there was nobody on early innings. There was nobody on. The pitch it was like a hanging breaking ball that was well off the plate. He didn't use it. He walks back to the dugout, and Lou was like, "Oh, well, you don't want to use it in this type of situation. Nobody on. Like, if you're not like super sure, like, but that one I would have used it on." But then you have Cedar Rafaela in like nearly the exact same situation, just a little bit later in the game, with a 0-1 count, using it there with nobody on. It's like, okay, so it's not that. Then what is it?
And it's also like, I feel like we should just rescind it entirely from half of this lineup. Cedar Rafaela should never use a challenge. I don't care how well he thinks he knows the strike zone. Buddy, the amount of times I have seen you strike out on like Javier Baez level sliders and just off speed, whatever, doesn't matter. The amount of 0-2 strikeouts I see from that guy, he should be banned from ever using ABS again. And then people like Caleb Durbin, when he did it back-to-back pitches, like,
right.
It's just at a certain point, you have to look at these guys and be like, you are not good enough to even risk losing an ABS challenge. And then there are young guys like Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony, who I think should have the green light pretty much every time, just because of the pedigree that they're at. Like, they should be growing. They should be having every opportunity to produce, to build that confidence. And then you have the sandbags of the team, like like Caleb Durbin and Cedar Rafaela, who were like, "Oh, these are all for me. I'm ready." Yeah, that was clearly ball 4. And it's just right down the middle. I don't understand. Same with Monasterio. And I know he was good against the Orioles, but like, buddy, that was the most egregious one. You should never be using a challenge either. Someone just has to tell
After that one in Minnesota, he should never use a challenge again.
Like, someone just has. It could be just a feel thing. Like, you remember in The Office when they're like, let's make 3 trivia groups, and I trust you all have enough self-judgment, and then everyone has it except for Kevin is in like the A team. Like, you should just have the self-awareness to be like, yeah, I don't think I'm good enough to be tapping my head here ever.
Yeah. Right. Unless it's egregious, like, like, I don't need anything that's like close. Like, unless it's like truly egregious, like, and you know what, and some of them are operating on that assumption and others aren't, and it's just there's no, like, it goes back to the entire premise of the episode. They're rudderless.
And similarly, I think we are.
Yes.
Similarly, I don't know.
Similarly.
Words are hard, dude. The Red Sox suck. I don't even know how to speak anymore. Where do we want to go now?
Tigers or
I think let's get to the comments first, and then we can preview Tigers, and then we can,
right. I forgot that we haven't even gotten there yet.
The funniest part is I've like mentioned it 4 times just to remind myself that we have to get to it, and then when it finally came up, I forgot.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's do it.
I can attempt to set it up. Basically, they interviewed Wilson Contreras and Marcelo Meyer postgame. I think Sean McAdam had both of them, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And just the what's the word? The comparison, the juxtaposition of these 2 quotes from a rookie and a veteran like Wilson Contreras are basically insane. I don't know how Marcelo Meyer is the one coming off as super mature, and Wilson Contreras, the guy who's supposed to be the leader of this team, is like, well, let's just hear him. But yeah, do you have them?
Oh, you want me to play? I don't have them to play.
No. Like, read them.
Oh, yeah. No, I was like, oh, jeez. I'm trying to find the full Contreras one because
I set you up to fail. I thought you had them.
Fail. I thought I was looking for them, and then you started going like you had them.
I'm sorry.
I was like, oh, okay, he's got them. Love the driver.
Let's find them here. Like
essentially,
I said, we are rudderless as well.
So the premise of it is if he feels like guys are pressing more because of the firings last weekend, and he said, actually, no, I think it's different that Alex is not here. It's already over, but I feel like the guys are, after Cora got released or fired, the guys got loose a little more because I feel like the tension was gone. But it's really hard when you go up to bat, and if you look at the scoreboard, your numbers are not there in May. I mean, like I say, it's easy to fall into that trap. I've done it before, but with a young group of guys, I guess we have to be patient. But at the same time, they're working hard. They have a really good work ethic. They're willing to listen. That's why I said keep the mental preparation is really important. I don't know why I read that weird, but why do you think the tension was gone? That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't dug into that too deep, but that's what I felt. That's my own opinion. When Alex wasn't in the dugout, the team was like, whew, like loose. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we have to play better. We have to find consistency. We have to get better. That was from Tim Healy.
Okay, shout out Tim Healy. And then later, Marcelo Meyer said, let's see, he said this, to me, that's kind of just an excuse, blame the young guys, but at the end of the day, we're all playing baseball, we're all pros, we all know what we need to do. I don't think we're doing a good job with runners in scoring position. When you don't do that, you don't score runs. Well said by Marcelo Meyer. That is absolutely on the nose. When you don't do that, you don't score runs. And it's very interesting to see the kind of difference in maturity. And maybe this is just a one-off from Contreras. I don't know.
I don't even see it as him blaming I see both sides of things. I think that Contreras is kind of annoyed with the situation that he's now found himself in, getting traded to a team that supposedly had World Series aspirations, and they're just clearly not where they're at. But he's also he's getting asked if they're pushing because of the firings, and he's saying, no, I don't think we're pushing because of the firings. I think we're pushing because we're looking up at the scoreboard and seeing that we're hitting 210. I think that's more what he was getting at, rather than it's just the young guys. They obviously have a problem top to bottom with scoring runs, especially when they have guys in scoring position and putting the ball in play. But it only gets construed as that because it's only young guys in the lineup. So it's Contreras who I don't have the numbers in front of me on what he's hitting with runners in scoring position, but it is just all young guys. But I like what Marcelo's saying too. I really do see both sides of things being that's an excuse, blame the young guys. You're both saying the same thing. You're just saying you're just saying it differently, which is why I think that Contreras, while a veteran leader, is not the right leader for this group.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I think Marcelo Meyer put it in better terms, and the problem is Alex Bregman isn't here. He would have been that guy, and I know we've said that time and time again, but where is that guy coming from this year? It's simply not. He's not
Alex
coming through that door.
Not walking through that door.
Sure isn't. And Alex Cora is now gone. If they didn't have a player leader, I would have looked to Alex Cora. Now he's not here either. I don't know fully if Chad Tracy has control of the room. If Brian Bayo's shaking his head and these comments are coming up after the game, it just doesn't seem like anyone has their shit together. Again, it is May 3rd.
So this was one of my concerns, and it's definitely too early to tell that this is the case now, 7 games into the Chad Tracy era.
Yeah.
But one concern I had with them promoting all these guys that work so closely with the young group in the minors was that it was going to come up and be like your buddies getting promoted to where you were. And it was going to be too much of I don't think this points to Bayo because I don't know what experience he has with anyone besides maybe Epperson. But it's this is my buddy Chad. We were in AAA last year, and he's
he told me I was going to the majors.
Yeah, this is my guy. This is he helped me a lot. Not this is the boss. And I think that's
right.
Kind of points to what Contreras is saying, where everyone kind of loosened up because Cora's the boss, but this is just my buddy Chad.
It's a good point.
Yeah. And so it's too early to make that assumption, but it certainly seems that that's what happened here.
Yeah, it's if your friend gets promoted at work and you're his what's the word? Not is it subordinate, I guess?
Yeah, subordinate, yeah.
But you're I can't take you seriously. We used to get beers together and whatever.
Right.
I understand that notion where it's these guys don't feel any pressure because this is a guy that has kind of felt more like a mentor than a leader, than a boss. And
right.
so how do you fix that in one season? Like, I just don't think it's going to happen.
Which is why
And
they're oh my god. The more we
yeah,
talk about it, we're getting like Joe Madden or Buck
are we
Showalter.
manifesting this?
Ah, my god. The more we talk about it, it's Bobby V 2.0.
Would that be better for this year? Probably not.
No, I'm not even this year, but I'm not a fan of that style of manager. I think that
No.
like in Joe Madden's case, I think that one of us could have managed that Cubs team to a World Series title. And in Buck Showalter, I don't think he's ever really had like the level of success that I'd be looking for. Like,
What do you think Tony La Russa is doing?
Well, it is 10:19, so he's probably pre-gaming his drive home right about now.
Yeah. That's a good point. Let's see. Do we have any other Red Sox takes? I feel like we've kind of exhausted this, but also maybe have not made a whole lot of sense. I know we have been very disjointed today, but
no, I mean, I think we've summed it up well with that last little conversation there. They're rudderless. They're not on the same page, even though they're like largely saying the same thing of we have to be better. And I think I might have been onto something there with the Chad. That's why they're looser, because it's like Chad's here. The Chads.
I like that a lot. Yeah,
Chads are here.
Like when you put it like that, it makes a ton of sense. Like
Epperson and Tracy, the Chads are here.
The fellas. One of them's now a third base coach.
Yeah,
used to be Double A manager.
Double A manager. He was the minor league catching coordinator. He's had a bunch of roles.
Swiss Army knife. I mean, that's what you like to see.
Coach. Yep.
Now Jose David Flores went from first base coach to bench coach, and now he's basically just the guy who tells Chad Tracy whether or not he should challenge. Honestly, thank God we've taken strides there at least, because I know in Chad Tracy's first game he didn't even have a bench coach. So
because Mike Brenly didn't move. Like Brenly is still good at his job. So then you simply just need Jose David Flores to be able to answer a phone.
Hey.
I promise. If he can't do that properly, I will be the bench coach.
Oh, I could probably be the third base coach, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I could probably be better than Kyle Hudson,
or the first base coach. The first base coach is the job you want, because then you just gotta just use your stopwatch to time the guy's move to the plate, and then on hits you just gotta point to second sometimes.
Okay, that and. Honestly, if I were a first base coach, I think half the time I was getting in their ear, I would just be like, "You look really nice today," or something, just.
Hey, what are you doing for dinner later?
Yeah, right. I don't think they have much to say. I think I could be great at that. So honestly, it seems like they're still looking for guys, and you could have the ideas guys in more ways than one if you want. If you bring us in as bench coach, first base coach, then we could just get the Schurzy wall in motion from there. In fact, we might have even more pull if we're actual coaches of the team.
Well, that can just be in our role as ideas guys. If we're just organizational ideas guys, that's kind of what we do. Where you need a bench coach. Well, we can use one of the ideas guys there. Where we are the Swiss Army knives of the organization, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to volunteer for bullpen catcher, but it seems like they haven't figured that one out fully yet either.
I think it's Drew Earhart, who retired from the Sea Dogs and then got a coaching job.
Which, I mean, hey, that's probably more money, no? I would think.
Yeah, I would venture to guess, yeah.
So
I do not want to volunteer as tribute to be the bullpen catcher. I think I would die.
You also saw I don't remember what team it was, but the lights went out for the closer entrance, and as the guy was thrown in the bullpen, that bullpen catcher definitely
you have to warm up Chapman. You're catching in a role with Chapman bullpen. Well, and also think of all the people that are down in the Fenway bullpens trying to grab you and throw stuff at you.
Right. I could be a ball boy, probably.
Yeah, you could definitely be the ball boy, I think, or ball man, because those are grown adults.
Good point. That would be a lot of fun, probably. Maybe not this year. Can you imagine the ball boy on the team flight? How do you think that guy's feeling right now?
Do they take the? I guess they do because
Because the Astros had one.
Yeah, maybe it's like I feel like it's probably team dependent whether your ball boy flies with you or not.
Yeah, I don't know if the Red Sox do have a traveling ball boy.
I'm gonna look now. Tomorrow at Comerica, when they show someone in the on deck circle, my eyes are gonna be peeled for that guy.
Yeah, so updates to come there. I think we're out of Red Sox takes, so unfortunately, it may be time for the breakdown.
Alrighty, let's hope this is the right one.
Bruins! And Lucic taunts the Montreal bench. The Bruins knock out Montreal! Bergeron in Game 7, and the Bruins win the series! David Pastrnak! Get the duck boats ready! After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
It's time for David's Bruins Breakdown.
Oh, it certainly is. Man, unfortunately, we have to debut the new intro after the Bruins season has ended. But rest in peace to the old AI voice that we use. The new one, I have to say, caught me by surprise, even though I knew it was coming. That
does not sound the same as when we made it, and like
no.
no,
To be fair, I heard it over FaceTime, but my God,
it didn't sound the same to me at all. It's so much more menacing. And you know what? I guess that's maybe fitting for the Bruins breakdown, that it's threatening because you are not going to have a good time with the Boston Bruins.
Sure won't. But I have to say, this has been really, really fun. Like, first and foremost, I didn't give two fucks about hockey before this season, and now I can comfortably say it's my second favorite sport. Like, it is awesome to watch. I don't know what's going on still on a daily basis, but it is just a blast to watch, and just to be able to like see how many people are into the team and following beat reporters and seeing what goes on with the sport entirely. It has been really cool because I felt kind of sheltered as a baseball guy and a baseball guy only. So that's what I want to get off my chest first. But unfortunately, the Bruins are out of the playoffs. They have been eliminated by the Buffalo Sabres in 6 games. And really, it probably should have been less than that for the Sabres.
They should have won this series, if we're being honest.
Well, yeah, but then they're kind of like the Red Sox. Like, they just kept doing dumbs in the second half of this series, and ultimately that's what lost it. And, I mean, we can start off there. This is my first note. I think this is from Game 2. This is the freest series of all time if they lock in, and they did not at all.
No.
Let's see. Victor Arvidsson, early case for Jersey of the series. I believe he had 2 goals in Game 2 and then punctured his lung, and among other things, and was not seen again until breakup day today, which is very sad. I loved Victor Arvidsson this season. I know he mentioned to the media that if Sweeney wants to get something done, then he's all in on that. I don't know where you're at with that, but I would love to see him back.
I'd like to see him back too. I think he was one of a few guys you could count on in terms of secondary goal scoring. So that's something that you've been lacking for quite some time behind David Pastrnak, and before him, Bergeron and Lucic, really just your first line. So yeah, I'd like to see him back, among other things.
I think, honestly, between him and Geeky, like, those were basically the only two relatively consistent scorers behind Pastrnak. Like,
Zaka had hot stretches there. I mean, even Geeky was streaky as hell.
Right, and he still had 39 goals on the season, which is kind of insane. Given
I mean, really, in the
how
bad
bad
after the Olympics, he was really streaky.
Absolutely. Let's see. Not again, bro. I swear to God. That's when I thought they were choking in Game 2. They didn't ultimately end up choking, and I said I'll absolutely take 1-1 heading back to Boston. Let's see here. This is the start of Game 3. I said UPL because I didn't feel like writing out his whole name. Uka Pekka already cooked. What a shame. And it was certainly a shame for the Bruins because Alex Lyon was a demon. And I know you were not a fan.
Alex Lyon sucks. Alex Lyon absolutely stinks. This team just stinks at finishing. Like,
yeah, I guess.
This is what the Bruins, the same way that the Red Sox make these absolute nobodies look like Randy Johnson on the mound, the Bruins do the exact same thing in the playoffs with goalies. Not even in the playoffs, just in general with goalies. All these absolute duds. I pissed off the Sabres fans on TikTok by calling Alex Lyon mediocre. But if we're not calling a career veteran journeyman, phone's ringing. If we're not calling a career veteran journeyman mediocre, then we've lost all sense of reality. He had a good series against a bad team, fine. That doesn't mean he's not mediocre. Like I'm sorry. Like Alex Lyon mid.
Yeah. That leads me to my next line. I didn't know who Alex Lyon was a week ago, and now I can't stand the guy. He was kind of a weenie this entire series too. Like, going off of that point where he's a nobody and he's already like shit talking the world. Like, it's kind of like Cam Schlittler, but obviously Schlittler's been a lot better this season and everything like that. This guy is he like a career backup? I seriously know nothing about him.
Yeah, so he started in 23 in that series against the Bruins for Florida and then got benched for Bobrovsky. And then the rest is history. But yeah, he's had starting opportunities at times. He's been in ride shares, for lack of a better term. But yeah, like career journeyman. Just a guy.
the epitome of the word.
Yes.
Let's see. If this lineup change works, then Jordan Harris wins Jersey of the series in my book. It certainly didn't. Follow-up line.
Sucks.
Follow-up line. That was quick. I never need to see Jordan Harris or Lucas Reichel ever again. My God. That was your big trade deadline acquisition, was Lucas Reichel. And he laid an egg. Let's see here. Why is the entire Buffalo crowd howling "Oh Canada"? People get weirdly offended by this one as well when you even bring up the fact that you're playing "Oh Canada" when
Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, and I guess there's like a big Canadian following for the Sabres, and like they're all getting together and singing "Kumbaya." So we have to be okay with this. Like, it just seems soft to me. Sorry. From the outside looking in.
The only thing that it does is remind you how much harder "Oh Canada" goes than the U.S. national anthem.
Absolutely.
The only entertaining part of the U.S. national anthem is just screaming the things that other fan bases scream in it. Like, I'm nonstop. Every time I hear it, "Oh!" Or Vegas, they go, "Knights!"
I like that.
Stars! Like, those are Like, that's
I was thinking about this today. Do you think the Rockets do it? I've never heard the national anthem at a Houston Rockets game.
I haven't either, but I would bet that they do.
Yeah. Just a random thought I had while driving in today.
I bet they do.
Let's get back. Elias Lindholm has been good. That's all. Ridiculous.
Quickly.
It did. Ridiculous whistle in overtime. It's so over. That was in game 5, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then David Pastrnak got his swagger back. He certainly did. That was an awesome goal. And like you said, if there's good finishing against Alex Lyon, that's what happens. And I mean, that was otherworldly.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, but I mean, the point remains, like, no one but David Pastrnak could consistently score this series. You saw how frustrated he got.
He only showed up the last 2 games.
Fair. And another guy who I think got hung out to dry was Jeremy Swayman. And you saw him jawing at the bench, I believe, after game 4 when they lost 6-1.
When they got blown out. Yeah.
So I feel for him as well. Like, I don't think any of this loss is on him. I don't think I have a note on him, but I wanted to get that in there as well. Let's see. This is before game 6. Tim Thomas back from the dead. We can't lose. Never mind. It's never been more over. Pasta didn't hear no bell. Never mind. He totally did, and so did I. And that was game 6. Let's see.
Contrast.
Yeah.
Tim Thomas is here. We cannot lose. Never mind. It's over. And then Pasta didn't hear no bell. Never mind. Yes, he did.
And then the next line here was right after the Bruins lost. We don't have any words, and we know you don't want to hear them. We understand your anger, your frustration, your sadness, everything you're feeling. We get it. This isn't the ending we imagined, and certainly not the one we wanted. Thank you for being there the entire way. Famously tweeted by the Tampa Bay Lightning. What was that, 2021 or 2020? Yeah, I don't remember. They won the President's Cup and promptly got bounced in the first round, and that is one of my all-time favorite quotes.
Yeah, that's when they lost to Columbus.
Right. It was just maybe the best Twitter post I've ever seen.
Yeah. The Bruins have an innate ability to take, okay, well, we weren't expecting to make the playoffs. Like, this is just gravy, and turn it into a complete disaster, which is what this playoff series turned into. Like, they made this whole big grandstanding effort, stir them, being like, we're bigger than them and we're going to take it to them. And they just didn't assert their physicality at all. They tried to play the speed game. Like, every game that they lost, they had to play Buffalo's game. And every game that they won, they got Buffalo to play their game. And they just couldn't do it consistently enough. And not only that, like, okay, so this was good playoff experience for some young guys. Two of whom arguably one of them being the most important prospect that your franchise has had in quite some time was sitting on the 9th floor for these games. So I just don't okay, Mason Lohrei, he may or may not be a part of your future. We know they tried to trade, or they were going to trade him for Rasmus Anderson before that deal fell through, whatever. But to not have Hagens in these games in favor of Alex Steves or Mikey Asamont or all these, talk about just a guy. Talk about Jags, these guys. There was a play in Game 6 where they're about to enter the zone on a rush, down 2-0, and Alex Steves fumbles the puck and turns it over, and it's like, thank God Alex Steves is in here. James Hagens maybe would have created something off of that. But Alex Steves was good enough for 2 weeks where we can give him 2 years at $1.6 million AAV and then send him to the Shadow Realm for the next 2 months and then plop him back in the lineup right in the middle of the playoffs. The roster configuration was so unbelievably bad. And I don't you can't lose the series any worse with James Hagens in there. Maybe you can create a little more offense and steal another one with him in there. I fundamentally don't understand it. Now he's off to the World Championships, and Stern's between the playoffs and Providence and college, this is going to be a hell of an experience for him. He should have played in all 6 games of the playoffs for such a great experience for him. There's and you mentioned it, but there is such a long list of guys that I never want to see again. Jordan Harris, Andrew Peak, anyone with the last name Lindholm, Alex Steves, Mikey Asamont. This team has so many holes.
Korpisalo, can I throw him in?
Right. It's just the team has so many holes, and there really is, we went through the free agent class on the last episode. There really is not anybody out there.
No, so we went through it in the Red Sox studio.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay. I thought we were recording for some reason. Yeah. So we went through the free agent class just shooting the shit, and it's not pretty. It's Alex Tuck and a bunch of whatever. So now you have to compile some of your limited assets. Those 4 first-round picks that you have are your biggest assets. So you got to start to package them. And personally, I'm doing whatever it takes to get Jason Robertson out of Dallas and getting David Pastrnak some help. And there's been a lot of Leon Draisaitl buzz about him potentially being unhappy and Edmonton not being able to.
Well, he just called out
things out.
The front office.
They took a massive step back. Personally, I think that's a pipe dream, and I think that if Edmonton is trying to split up Draisaitl and McDavid, they're dumb. But if you can get me Leon Draisaitl to be David Pasternak's center, my pants will fly off in record time. You just need that type of high-end talent. And another thing, speaking of high-end talent, in the Olympics, we saw what Charlie McAvoy looks like when he doesn't have a fourth pairing scrub, an AHL defenseman with him, for lack of a better term. And yet the Bruins still seem insistent on him playing with this AHL scrub and trying to elevate their game. And he's just not that kind of player. We see how good he can be. He plays up to his potential when he has Quinn Hughes skating with him. I'm not saying go out and get Quinn Hughes, but get another first pairing defenseman at the very least.
Yeah, but do they have the money for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because everyone's locked up because they gave all these long-term deals out. Let me pull it up right now, but they definitely have the money, and they'll clear money with like Korpisalo or by trading guys. And like Elias Lindholm said that his back is like, it's the same back injury last year that he had that he was nagging him this year. He's in his late 30s making 7.75. That deal was always going to age like milk, but that deal is really going to age like milk.
And it's quickly aged like it's from the start. He's never been as good as that contract.
Yeah, so they have 16.4 million cap space.
Mm-hmm.
So Robertson, you're probably paying like 11. So it gets a little tight, but like, you have Steves making 1.62. Can you move off of him? You have Corrali making 1.85. Can you move off of him? Middlestat is another one that I don't need to see again. 1 year at 5.75. Like there's enough money that can be moved off of.
Yeah, I do have another point here.
Yoki-Hari, you making 3? Sorry.
Oh God, Yoki-Hari, you're good. Let's see. Actually, I'm just going to combine these two because these are my last two here. A whimper in Game 6, but overall a fun season for the Bruins. In the maiden voyage, I just had a stroke, of the breakdown. All eyes on Tuesday's draft lottery. And then this is the last one here. Follow-up point, I'd love to see an overhaul from the defense. If Andrew Peeke returns to the Bruins, I'm a Ducks fan going forward.
I'm a Ducks fan starting now, actually.
Yes, me as well.
Yeah, that was the team I said I was going to hitch my wagons to. I've enjoyed watching them. It was either them or the Sharks, and the Sharks missed the playoffs, so I went with the Ducks. Fun first series with Edmonton. Maybe that's the death knell that gets the Bruins Leon Draisaitl, which would just make me an even bigger Ducks fan.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I love the mighty Ducks. It's just, let's go. All about the Ducks, baby. Let's go, Ducks.
I can't get over the stroke I just had there. That was bad. Like I think the Red Sox and the Bruins losing this badly has just fried my brain entirely. Yeah. Do you have anything else? Looking forward to the lottery, like I said. Hopefully our tankathon is not representative of what's going to actually happen, but I'm not confident.
No, I'm not either, especially after we were standing in Hurricanes after they lost and I ran another one and Toronto got the first pick again.
Oh, good point. Good point. But I will say one more thing I wanted to add is I think Marco Sturm is the guy going forward. Like I don't have
some questions still.
I'm all in. I got to be honest, I'm all in. I love him. I think he's a great post-game interview. I like that he's honest. And also seems like he's kind of growing into the job more so than like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. You know, like you saw the growth throughout the season, I would say.
Yeah, I just don't know that he, like, and me and Joe were talking about this from the Garden, like, I don't know that he has the demeanor to, like, really, like, lay into guys and, like, get them going. Like, when they
maybe not.
It's like, when they come out flat, they come out flat. They don't really come out flat and then wake up as the game progresses, which is something that you need. Like, to me, like, you come out in the third period and to their credit, they kind of were buzzing at the beginning of the third there, but then they immediately give up another goal. Like, you just get sloppy. Like, you're pushing, and then one shift comes out flat and then they just died again. Like, and even you come out Game 6, you get a big overtime game winner from Pasternak in Game 5 to force the series back home. Pasternak calls out the fans, and I was boots on ground. The crowd was ready to go on Friday night. The Bruins were not ready to go, unequivocally not ready to go. So, like, you challenge the fans, and they respond, and you come out and you immediately lay an egg. Like, they were down 2-0 6 minutes into the first period. Like, how
It's
do
a
you
good
want? What do
point.
you want your crowd to? And then I saw idiots on Twitter being like, "This crowd is pathetic." Like, what the fuck do you want people in the crowd to do? Let's go Bruins! They're down 2-0. They've laid a complete egg in the first 6 minutes of an elimination game. Like, it's an Indian burial ground. You said something to me about this, like about the Garden. I was like, it's an Indian burial ground. It has to be. Ever since Game 6 of the 2013 Cup, and you can even point towards 2012 Game 7 against Washington. The TD Garden has been an absolute house of horrors for the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, and I just don't know how you fix that. Like, why is it so hard for this team to win at home in the playoffs? Like, it should be one of the easiest atmospheres to play in. And it's not just
Yeah.
a coaching thing, because you've seen it
You would
with
think, you've seen it with different coaches, you've seen
Right.
it with different leaders, you've seen like it was consistent through the Bergeron Marchand era, it's been consistent through the now McAvoy Pasternak era. It's just it's a weird phenomenon, but and you know who it traces all the way back to? It's Sweeney and Neely. And like that
Mhm.
like it like I don't know that it's a 1-to-1 comparison, but they're the only ones consistent through all this. Like they just
Fair.
I don't think that those two specifically understand what it takes to build a team capable of winning a Stanley Cup. I don't.
No, not consistently. Like,
Well, they haven't
would-
ever.
who was the guys in 2011 then?
Chiarelli.
Oh, yeah. See, this shows how new I am to this.
Yeah.
So when did they come in?
They fired Chiarelli in 12, 13, something like that. Maybe a little later.
And they've been here now
Oh.
for like 15 years?
Yeah, let me get the exact year on Chiarelli.
Jeez, what is the staying power of these NHL GMs? Is this common? Like, they
'cause they
keep them for
fucking
this
play.
long? Huh?
15. They fired Chiarelli in 15. So I was a little
Okay.
over. So after they missed the playoffs for the first time in however many years, I think it was. Yeah. Missed the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, and then Chiarelli was fired.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, Neely has staying power because he played. And I
Right.
don't know what Sweeney obviously also played for the team, but he doesn't have his number retired or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know what his their staying power is. That the Jacobs only care about getting their playoff gate revenue every however many years. Like Chiarelli hung around until 15 when his roster construction problems were evident from years before. Like Chiarelli was the opposite, and Sweeney was a little bit too, but they were kind of like the opposite of Breslow, where they just couldn't stop giving out no moves.
Wait, I don't. But that's more fun.
I mean, it's definitely more fun, but yeah, I mean, like it was very similar to where Chiarelli would give like these like third and fourth line grinders too much money, and it kind of bogged down the entire roster, and then they ran out of high end. Like the problem has been consistent. Like,
Yeah.
a lack of high end talent around your first line or your star players. Like that's just how it is. Like they had the right blend in 11 where you have Marchand's coming on in the playoffs, like Sagan is your young star, Bergeron, like 11 was the team that like that era should have had at least 2 because they should have won in 13 too. But then again,
Yeah.
Indian burial ground.
Fair point. Fair point. I remember watching that series, and then honestly, that's kind of where I gave up on the Bruins as I was growing up. Like I mean,
yeah, their problem is when their roster construction problems or like when their rosters go wrong, they're largely the same problems. Not enough high end talent and giving unmovable contracts to players that shouldn't be getting those types of deals.
And would you say it's a lot tougher in hockey just because the salary cap is so much smaller?
I mean, the salaries are comparatively smaller.
Yeah, so I guess doesn't really matter a whole lot.
I mean, it comes down to drafting and developing, which is just not something that this team has done well. I'm sure that this statistic has definitely changed because I think Tkachuk is over this number too, but the first team to have a player making more than 10 mil to win a cup was when the Caps did it with Ovechkin.
Which is absolutely fair for a guy like him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
see.
think, and like Tkachuk has done it now. Like the statistic has definitely changed, but like, yeah, I don't like. You just have to draft and develop better. Like that's what it's going to come down to. And do you again like Breslow with this? Do you trust Sweeney and Neely to draft and develop? Well, no. They have the worst track record ever developing forwards.
That's good. That's a great sign. And I don't know whose decision it was to keep Higgins out of those last 4 games, I think, but it was probably Sturm, right? Like
Sturm,
they're not,
yes, yeah.
yeah, they're not calling down and being like, do not play this guy.
No, I can't imagine so.
So I don't know. We'll see how that develops. It also helps if you are able to get the Maple Leafs pick on Tuesday. I don't really see that happening, but do you have anything else Bruins wise? We didn't preview the Tigers, but I know we don't have a whole lot on it.
Tigers sweep.
Yep, Tigers sweep. I'm going there as well. I just want to look at the pitching matchups real quick. The problem is you face Skubal tomorrow against Peyton Tolley, and then it's Brian Bale versus Framber Valdez, and then it's TBD versus Jack Flaherty right now. Could be Sonny Gray if he gets back, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah, it seems like it's either going to be Sonny Gray or Jake Bennett.
Yeah.
Could go either way at this point, but if gun to my head in GTA, I would say Sonny Gray.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go 1 and 2 because I think they if Gray is back, then I think they eke out Wednesday. But yeah, you're not seeing any wins tomorrow or Tuesday, and
no.
I think that'll do it. Any final thoughts?
No, I just can't believe this is the only show in town for the next 4 months.
I know it's very sad that we're at this point so early, like we've been saying all episode and pretty much all of the episodes that we've had throughout this season. But yeah, again, the Bruins breakdown was a ton of fun. I imagine we'll bring it back around free agency. We could do something for the draft.
We'll probably do something on the lottery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could do a mini breakdown where I just want to hear the intro again. So,
yeah, right.
My only other final thought is I am begging for jerseys. Please win a series or bring back the jersey wall. I really don't care which, but it is so depressing walking into that team store and just seeing the absolute lack of them. And even the ones they have are like knockoffs. They're not actual jerseys.
The array of hats that nobody's buying.
I know. It's just, it's a disaster from top to bottom. I think really we lost the plot once we got rid of the jersey wall, and it hasn't been good since then. So I think that's going to do it. Always. Huh?
Yellow seats, handshake emoji, jersey wall, the downfall of America.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that's a good
those
place.
2 things. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess we'll leave you with that. So thanks so much for listening, and we'll check in with you guys again next time.